Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back into my channel. So in this lab, we're going to create an Elasticach database. So as you can see here, so Amazon Elasticach launch, manage and scale the distributed in-memory cache. It provides a high availability, resizable, and cost-effective in-memory cache while removing complexity associated with deploying and managing a distributed cache environment. Elasticach works with both the Redis and Memcache engine. So the way it works, internet scale application and Amazon Elasticach use cases and the benefit. So extreme performance, Amazon Elasticach work as an in-memory data store and cache to support the most demanding application required sub-millisecond response time. Fully managed, we no longer need to perform management tasks such as hardware providing, software patching, setup, configuration, monitoring, failure recovery, and backup. Elasticach continues monitor your cluster to keep your workload up and running so that you can focus on higher value application development. So it's scalable, Redis use cases, caching, session store, real-time analytic, machine learning, so AI. Let's click here and you could either choose from create Redis cluster and main cache. By the way, let's see what do Amazon say about Elasticach. So
applications today need low latency and high throughput performance for real-time processing. Redis has emerged as a popular choice to store fast-moving data and power real-time apps. Developers love the performance, simplicity, and in-memory capabilities of Redis, making it the most popular key-value store. Redis' blazing-fast speed has made it a de facto choice for caching use cases, while its rich support for in-memory data structures also enables leaderboards, session stores, real-time analytics, chat messaging, and streaming use cases. But deploying, monitoring, and scaling Redis can be challenging. Presenting Amazon Elasticach for Redis, a fully managed Redis service to power real-time applications with sub-millisecond latency. It is open-source Redis compatible, so your existing Redis applications work seamlessly without changes. In comparison to disk-based databases, where operations typically require disk access, in-memory data stores, such as Elasticach for Redis, manage data in memory, which is orders of magnitude faster than disks. Elasticach for Redis is a fully managed service. You no longer need to perform administration tasks, such as hardware provisioning, software patching, configuration, monitoring, failure recovery, or backups. Scale in-memory capacity and throughput with Redis cluster mode. Scale reads with replicas across availability zones. Scale writes with partitioning. You can start small and scale out or scale in to meet fluctuating demands. Multi-availability zone and auto failover enhances availability with automatic node failure detection and replica promotion. Elasticach supports network security using Amazon VPC, is HIPAA eligible, and supports encryption and Redis auth for security and compliance. Elasticach adds write throttling, optimized memory management during syncs and backups, and smooth failovers to improve availability and manageability of open source Redis. Elasticach for Redis combines the speed, simplicity, and versatility of open source Redis, manageability, security, and scalability from Amazon to power the most demanding real-time applications in media, gaming, ad tech, e-commerce, healthcare, financial services, and IoT. Get started today.
okay. All right, so now let's switch back to this. So it says getting started with Elasticach. So we have three options here. We have initial setup, we have create a cluster, and we have connect with your application. So we're gonna click on create Redis cluster. we're not gonna look the main cache cluster today. So now we get the cluster settings. So we basically have create, so configure and create new cluster, easy create, and we store backup. So we're not gonna, but I mean we could restore from backup, but if we have had backup from before, now we have the chance to either enable the cluster mode. So if we do easy create, you have the configuration for production, dev test, and demo. So we're gonna click this. Now for cluster mode, scale your cluster dynamic with no downtime. So the Redis cluster would have multiple shard node group. So if we have created a backup before, like I said, we have the chance to either enable the cluster mode, and so this is to have multiple replication happens, and it's going to enhance the scalability and availability. So we're going to leave this as disabled, because it says that if you choose cluster mode disabled, you cannot change. Okay. Now I'm gonna call my Elasticach Redis, and I can give it a description, demo cache. Now for location, we could choose the host and cluster in the AWS cluster on premises. So we don't have an on premises, we're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna deselect the multi-AZ provide enhancement high availability through automatic failover to a web replica across AZ. Should we enable failover? Do we really need that? We're trying to keep it low, so we don't really, so we wouldn't have to pay for so we wouldn't have to pay for a lot of costs. Now whether now whether or not we want to be multi-AZ, so multi-AZ will provide the enhancement of high availability through automatic failover to read replica across AZ. So in case the primary failover that will disable, it's okay. So I will leave this like that. Enable Elasticach failover. Now we have the engine version. We're gonna leave that like that. The port number 6379. We can leave everything as default. So basically, Elastic cluster, and this auto failover enable you to get high availability. This high availability. So we specify the engine version, and now when it's come to the number of replica, we're gonna keep this to 0. So as we did, you see it says that the multi-AZ cannot be enabled when the number of replica is set to 0. So set 1. I don't have any multi-AZ, so I'm good. So set 1 or more replica to enable multi-AZ. So IPv4. So what happens is that if you have two video applicator, then of course you're gonna be in a multi-AZ or setting. So if you set up to 0 video applicator, then the multi-AZ cannot be enabled. So you can choose this option to complete disabled. Now let's create a resource group. A subnet group. Create a new subnet group. I can name it my Elasticach subnet. And I can give it a description of demo subnet. I can leave the VPC ID as it is. I'm not going to create no VPC. Now, I got to select which subnet that this should go to. I can leave this as default, and I could just go down here and create next. So the security, I can enable the encryption in transit, and I can scroll down and enable retention. So the access control, I can click on Redis or default user access. So we can specify the use Redis auth for user access, in which you would specify a token in here. And that token could be used to connect to the cluster. But I will disable it. I will disable it. So now the backup, it says enable automatic backup. Looks like everything else can stay as default. Logs and everything. I'll just scroll down. Now what do we have? We have cluster information. We could review and create. Just go ahead and create our cluster. See. Okay, so our cluster is being created. Now I could actually use the primary endpoint, but now there's no easy way for me to show you how to connect into a Redis cache, because it's not that easy. You need to actually write some code, and that would be too complicated. But from an AWS perspective, from this console, you can see all the details that you need. Oh, you can see all the details that you need, as well as node metrics, logs, and networking. Just go here. You can see all the details like cluster name, engine, up to date, encryption at rest is disabled, description, and everything that you need, like metrics, logs, network security, maintenance backup, and everything that you need is here. So it could just be like it is look just like a RDS, relational databases, because yes, it is very similar because they're the RDS, but it's indeed the Redis and mem cache. So it's just pretty much a configuration. Let's see. So basically, that's all that is introducing Amazon memory database for Redis. So memory database is fully Redis compatible database that provides in memory performance and multi-AZ durability for modern application. So pretty much that's all you need to do to hands-on some Elasticach Redis database. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys for following along. Stay tuned for another live configuration. I'll see you soon. Just have to type the name. It's the name. Okay, it's Elasticach. Well, I have no name for any backup, so it's Elasticach Redis. So make sure that you delete everything that you've done. That way you don't get charged. Thank you. It says all resources application must be in a valid state for deletion. In order to delete application group, this hasn't been created yet, that's why. But I'll delete it later, so I'll see you soon. Thank you.